Gucci. Wanna make love, love, love. Hello, everybody. This is Electrical Essence, and thank you for joining me today. And I wanted to start my part one of my Taurus and Venus segment special. I've been doing like a special type of research into the whole thing of Venus and love and beauty that is correlated to how she influences our lives, and especially how she influences the two zodiac signs that she not only rules but blesses them with so much. And she blesses them with so much beauty and so much creative talent, and she just has a way of just totally taking control. Like whenever you see a Venus ruled person, it's just written all over the expression of their face and their beauty and their sexuality. And what I love the most about Venus is that she is that planet that is all about the higher, better things in life connected to the lower things in life. When I say the higher, I mean like that deep spiritual type of love and beauty and connection, and to the lower, that the materialistic things of like money and beautiful things, and just the physical value of things in our life. So she's a very strong planet. She's a very just central planet, and she's has a way of just knowing what to do when it comes to just expressing that sensual sexuality and that love and that deep caring. Now, Venus also is a badass bitch. She's not necessarily like that soft and submissive type planet. When you think of Venus, you have to think of, you know, the goddess. It's the goddess of love. The goddess. Anything that's a god is going to be dual-sided in nature. They can be very vengeful, very vindictive. They can be cruel. They can be they can be just like all the other gods if they please to be, or they could be just loving and sensual and just go with their good nature. Now, one thing about with Venus, she originally rules Libra, which is the seventh house, and Taurus, which is the second house. Seventh house is that partnership house, that the contract between two people in business, marriage, even when you sign a contract to buy a house or rent a house or a car or see materialistic things, that is Venus. That's the seventh house. That's other people. Second house is family, values, money, your voice. That's why people that are Venus or got good Venuses in their chart are usually very good singers or have a very seductive type of voice or just a beautiful voice. That second house too is, that house of love. It's seven houses from the seventh house, so it's linked together. So it's like she has a way of, not only just tying those two houses together, but those two signs, they're very, very different in many ways, but yet the same. Now, Taurus, they're all about family and love and commitment and security. Or seventh house is like, with Libra, that's, other people, creative talents, and being able to express their talents for other people. And it's about partnership. And it's both houses are really not a self-involved house. They both are linked to other people or other things in our life, but seventh house is like that everything other people, and that second house is that family, that your lineage, your heritage and all that. It's more family rooted than other people rooted. Now, the one thing about Libra and Taurus is they are beautiful people, like just in the face beautiful. And even if you find one or meet one that is maybe not necessarily off a glamour magazine beautiful, if you really look at them, they have these features that are just very beautifully inspiring, and just that structure that goes together just nicely. And you see a lot of models and makeup artists and actresses. Oh God, we got tons of actresses that are Tauruses. Taurus rising as well. And then when somebody has a Taurus moon, they have some beauty to them too. I've also noticed like cusp signs like that Virgo, Libra, the Gemini, Taurus, they have a way about them too. They have, the first thing that you will notice about them too is their beauty. And people are always so in awe of that beauty. So she really knows how to just piece somebody together. Now, she rules those two zodiac signs. She rules those two houses, the original ruler. But if you have Venus in your chart and she sits in your first house of self, first house is also the house that makes up, how you look, with your personality, and it's that outer expression. That's your first house. That's you. Now, when she sits in that house, or if she is your chart ruler by degrees, so that means if she is the one planet in your chart that has the highest degrees, she's your planet, ruling planet of your chart. Different planets, you can be influenced by different ruling planets. It could be the ruling planet of your sign, the ruling planet of that house, the ruling planet of your chart, the ruling planet of just anything, like not just anything, but just certain things that, that definitely correlates to you and your existence. And one thing too about Venus that I love is she has a way of just working her way through signs. Like when she's in Aries, she's aggressive and she's very all about herself, and which is fine. She knows her self power, she knows her self flame. She don't take no shit. Now when she's in Taurus, she's a lot more sensual, and about food and good wine and just like the finer things in life. When she's in Gemini, that bitch likes to talk some shit. She's very communicative and she will express her mind and express what she's thinking. And then when she goes into Cancer, she's a lot more nurturing and she's a lot more just motherly like, and very just homely, and so then when she goes into Leo, she's a fierce bitch again. And this time she is like, not so much like Aries as in like that self-centered, it's more like she wants her heart and her soul to be like that center tension. She's like, love me, treat me, spoil me, she has no problems roaring out to that other what she needs for love, based off love. Now Venus in Aries is not so much love orientated, it's more like self fulfillment, self pleasures, like just all about that self, just learning to love themselves enough to where they don't really need others, or they don't need that other connection to have that fire in them. But where Leo, Leo's the heart, so she really connected into that heart, that flame of the heart. So when she's in Leo, she can definitely let how to love her. And she'll also let you know how to love her right. And she'll also let you know when you're not loving her right. Now, when she's in Virgo, she's debilitated. And debilitated, doesn't really like being in Virgo. Because Virgo, rules that sixth house and all about service to others and the work of others and working. And, Venus, she wants to lay there on her pillows and be fanned by her sexy, feather dudes and being fed peeled grapes. And you can't do that when you're in Virgo and you're in that sixth house of, I call it the sixth house of slavery and work. But so when she's in Virgo, she's a lot more cynical and nitpicky. And now all earth signs, they are very materialistic in a way. They are rooted to money, because earth signs, even like in tarot or in a regular deck, it's coins, it's money. So when she's in Virgo, she not only is a little bit nitpicky and she will correct the shit out of you. She will also, want those things, and even though she spends so much time servicing others, she expects her mate to, give that service back, and she wants that service back, not really through love, but a lot of times through materialistic things, but not just any materialistic things. Just like she wants that service and duty towards her, like she wants to see you work, so. And that's how she is in Virgo. So, and she, again, doesn't like being there because, then she's kind of taken off that little pedestal in that cloud and kind of put down here with the rest of us. And she has to, I don't know, service other people. That's why prostitutes and stuff like that can also be seen from looking at Venus in Virgo. Now, when she's in Libra, this again, she rules the sign. This is her house, is her placement. That's, Libra, that's her shit. So, and the seventh house is very strong, and it's about marriage, and we look at marriage and everything through the seventh house. We look at your partner through the seventh house. In a chart, we look for your partner and how your partner's going to be, and any correlation to your partner, we look at Venus. And we also look at Jupiter, depending on, what we're looking for. But, Venus in the 7th house, Venus ruling the 7th house, Venus ruling Libra. You know, we look for those in the chart, like where is it at in there? And when she goes into the 8th house with that Scorpio energy, you don't want to fuck with that Scorpio energy. Now, when she's in the 8th house, she likes secret dealings and she likes secret partnerships and secret love. You know, she likes things to be hidden. Porn stars can be seen from Venus in the 8th or Venus in Scorpio, but there's a lot of other things that correlate with it as well, because it is a very secret house, but not as secretive as the 12th. But you know, she likes to be in control of what is expressed and what is shown and, you know, brought out to light. And she loves, you know, those little secret gifts and secret little love notes and that secret ways of love and appreciation towards her, you know, because it's a private thing. It's a very dark, private world down there, you know, and so is it down there, you know, your sexuality and anything that has to do with that area, you know, it's private. We keep it covered up, right? You know, and Venus in Scorpio, Venus in 8th house is the same way. You know, she keeps her panties on and she keeps it covered, you know, so, you know, and it's just kind of like a empowerment of self, and also too like that love and enjoyment and that in the secretness of, you know, having that relationship with somebody that's, you know, with you down there in the 8th house. And it's also about that bond and that trust and everything too, and secrets. So Venus in Scorpio, you know, she can be pretty cool if she wants to be. She can also again, you don't want to fuck with her when she's in Scorpio or in that 8th house. You know, because, you know, it's a death house. I mean, the bitch will kill you. So you've got to really know how to love that Scorpio energy, you know, especially with Venus. Now, when she's in the 9th, that is in Sagittarius, and that is, she's a little bit more free-spirited, you know, you can't tie her down, you know, because then she'll claw your eyeballs out, you know, just like Sagittarius will. You know, they will straight check you and tell you a few things when you start to cage in that centaur type energy, and they don't, you know, they don't like that. They don't like having their legs broke. They don't like being caged down. They don't like being in the barn, you know. They want to be able to run free and come back and, you know, make their love, and, you know, and they love to make love not just physically but mentally and verbally and spiritually and religiously, you know, religiously, like all the time. So Sagittarius is a very sexual sign. You know, with Lilith being in Sagittarius, it's really amplifying a lot of Sagittarians' sexuality. You know, the moon, sun, Venus in Sagittarius, you know, so they're pulling out like that dark sexual side of, you know, the dark side of the moon of Lilith. So it's going to be kind of neat to kind of, you know, look at Venus when it's, you know, looking into it like on a Sagittarian view, you know, and on that Sagittarian level, because it's definitely getting a lot of influence, and that fire is being definitely inflamed with Lilith being in Sagittarius, so it's hot. So, but it's a free hot. Like, they want to be free. They want to be able to flow and make their smoke, and they don't want no firefighters coming anywhere near them and putting their shit out. So Lilith in Sagittarius and Venus in Sagittarius is you know, that fire that wants to just scatter. So it's neat. I like Venus and Sagittarius. They're very open-minded people, and what I really love about Venus and Sagittarius is funny, is, you know, they like things that are different and exotic, because, you know, that 9th house is about foreign things and just other insights and growing your mind and your perspective of different things other than yourself and other cultures. So Venus and Sagittarius, they're very open-minded when it comes to how somebody is sexy and what they find appealing, and anything different or foreign from them, they're drawn to. Like, I joke with my one friend, you know, that has her Venus sits in the 11th house in the sign of Sagittarius, in the 11th house of, you know, networking and friends, and her friends do kind of, you know, fall in love with that Venus in her, and she also seems to date a lot of people that are like not at that level. When I say at that level, like she's a 10 and she'd be dating like 2s and 3s. You know, like I always joke, you know, you see a dude with like a hearing aid or a lazy eye and missing tooth, and you're like, damn, he's sexy. I want to go see what he's all about. You know, and they fall in love with the whole essence of that person in their mind. You know, not the special ed, you know, parts that are just screaming, you know, out to other people like, what the fuck is going on here? But, you know, and she's like, I love him, he's sexy, he's fun. You know, everybody else is just like, throw that one back and get you a better looking fish. That one's going to curl up and die on you soon. So you don't want to eat that. But of course, you can't tell Sagittarius what to do. They're going to do whatever they want to do. So they're going to take that, you know, dirty dried up fish, and they're going to love the shit out of it until, you know, something else better and more exotic and intriguing comes along. So, because they're very free spirit, that free love, and especially with that correlation with Aquarius or that Aquarian nature of that 11th house, they're open to love. They're open to that universal cosmic love. They don't close their heart or their minds off to it, to all forms of love. And they definitely love. They love through a communicative style, through a mental style, just anything that links them and expands and makes their fire just grow. So Venus in Sagittarius is pretty cool. Now, Venus in Capricorn is debilitated. I don't know what's up with her and these other two earth signs. I mean, she does great in Taurus. I mean, yeah, she could be kind of a bossy, bossy bitch like Taurus. But in Venus and Capricorn, she's like all about, well, Venus, she's all about where's my shit. And in Capricorn, she's like, where's my money? Because we all know that Capricorn's all money, money, money. They want to work and make that money, even though they don't do shit with the money. But when she's in Capricorn, we can also see that too. Like, a lot of prostitutes and stuff like that. A lot of them will have that in their chart, whether, being in that house or having anything to do with the sexual industry, work, service. Now your professional life, 10th house, Capricorn. Capricorn, she's not as loving and as sweet. She's a little cold. She takes on a lot of that Capricorn energy. And so, you can bring her a little bit of romance and you can love up on her, but at the end of the day, she's going to be like, how many hours did you clock in at the fucking work today? Did you get that overtime in? Did you get that bonus? So Venus in Capricorn she's strong. Like I said, she just changes through these signs and she can just flow through them in a way and just connect and just be that zodiac sign. She can just really just take in all that energy. So now when she's in Aquarius, she is that kind of like such. She has that free mind of thinking. They love communication. If you try to get with somebody that has an Aquarius Venus, the best way to their heart or in their pants is going to be through your intellectual mind, through your intellectual stimulation, through your also open and expandness of that freeness of other people and being able to get down and diverse with them and not always agree with them, and when you're verbalizing with them, but bring in your perspective, bring in your views, bring in your, your thoughts and everything. Because, they value that. They like that. They like when they have like an opposition that they can talk it out intellectually and stimulate each other and educate each other and, they love being educated by other on things that they don't know a lot about or they have a different perspective on because they love being able to see things in other perspectives because on that whole cosmic knowing. So Venus in Aquarius is very eccentric and she finds love and passion through that communication, through the stimulation of the mind. So she's that enigma. She's that mad scientist. You want to go in there and get up in there and do some chemistry with her, and do some mathematics and pull out some history books, just expand and experiment and, take something out of nothing and just make that Frankenstein monster, and love it. That's Aquarius and Venus. I love that too. Now, Venus in Pisces is exalted. It is at its highest. It's at its best. Because Pisces, who is another sign that can be very chameleon-like Venus. It could take on those other traits. Pisces is that, that two-sided fish, I love the whole one fish is sleeping, the other fish is dead, or the one fish is sleeping, the other one's drunk or fucked up because, Pisces rules that 12th house of, addiction and escapism and going to their veil and dreamy and just, not being connected all the time and just losing themselves in that whole Neptune and energy. And you could be talking to a Pisces and they're literally daydreaming and probably daydreaming about 5 other different things. That one fish is paying attention while the other fish is just, doing its thing, probably drinking or swimming or sleep, whatever, So when she's there in that sign, she's very open to love and she loves to give love and she loves to get love and she loves all of it, like everything about all the 12 signs and all the energy of the 12 signs, she's open to and loves it and finds ways to connect with it, Mother Teresa, I believe, had the Venus in Pisces, but it was sitting in her 12th. So it was just right there. That's that other side, that 12th house of that veil, the other world. It's the house that sits up, between our realm and the next realm in that middle, kind of like that elevator, between this life and the next life. It's that womb. It's that birthing before into Aries, into that first house, So you got to be able to pull the passion and the creativity and the sexuality of the fifth house, and of course that deep rebirthing and that, that deep committed and passionate love too, and that you're gonna love me or I'll kill you type love of eighth house, and pull that into 12th house. Let's not also forget about fourth house too, that energy of mom and home, and that's also a form of the womb too. You pull that in the 12th, and you mix that all together and you birth out that first house of Aries, the I am, to where 12th house is like I dream or I believe, so when Venus is in Pisces, she's open to love, and she loves to love, and she looking at exalted in that love. She will love somebody for all the pieces and parts to them. She will love just things that other people will not love or find love in. So Venus in Pisces is, very spiritual, very psychic, very just really tune into that whole vibration of love on a very deep level on the other side. So, and I have Venus in Pisces, and I am very open to love. I love all kinds of things and all kinds of people, and I respect that. I have a deep respect for all forms of love, love of the heart, love of the mind, love of the sexuality, love of the intellect, love of just physical love and non-physical love and features in love. And so I get it on all levels. And I have it sitting in my ninth house, so yeah, I can't talk shit about Sagittarius and how they find odd things and attract to odd things, because I do too. The odder the better. So my obsession with Marilyn Manson definitely proves right there that the more fucked up looking you are, the more exotic and intriguing you are. So when we talk about Venus and Taurus, not only do they make Taurus women and men, because the men are freaking gorgeous too, it's like they spent a very long time. It's like they saw the Monet painting and they're like, no, this ain't gonna fucking work. No, nope, nope, nope. Give me some glamour magazines, give me some good DNA, give me some good strands of, some genetics, and, give me some makeup, and, they just give me some good artists, and they just created this essence, this beautiful essence for Taurus. I mean, just like, I am yet to meet an ugly ass Taurus, let me tell you. I mean, like, even if they don't come off right, at first, like that whole beauty and just that charm and just everything, you really got to like really look at them and really like feel that influence of them, that energy of them, that vibration of them. And they are just beautiful. And I mean, just everything. Like, they usually have beautiful teeth and just big, beautiful smiles, and their eyes and their face is just so perfectly symmetrical. And I love that their beauty just shines through. Like, they could be fat, skinny, makeup, no makeup. They are just gorgeous people, they are just rocking, especially in the glam world and models. And, like, for example, I love Naomi Campbell. That is my all-time favorite supermodel. And she is a May 22nd, which is like Luxana, my daughter. And so she is a 1 degrees Gemini. Well, she's in that 5-degree orb of a cusp sign. So she takes on, she is pulling all that Taurus and Venus energy and that essence onto her, and then rocking it with that whole Gemini, because Geminis are usually known to be tall, so she just got that good mixture together, and it just screamed that whole just beauty and just sexy and just that whole essence. Now she's, God, I think she's like 105 years old. No, I think she's like in her 40s or 50s maybe. But she is old as hell for a model. And she is just the most beautiful, sexiest thing ever. And her skin, her eyes, and her hair, and just how she, puts it together. She's a psycho, and she don't take no shit. And she will tell you a few things about yourself and your mother and everybody else around you and anything connected to you. Shit, she might even beat your ass down with a fucking house phone. So, but she is still just rocking that beautiful essence of herself, and she knows beauty. She could pick out beauty. She had that show, The Face, and she didn't play when she picked out her girls. Those were her girls, and she made sure that they rocked it in all levels. And so she's just, I just love her. She's just amazing. Now, another Taurus Ram person who's got a heavy Venus influence is, well, there's two of them. Angelina Jolie Even though she was a little, kind of a little ugly duckling swan type thing when she was younger, she is still beautiful, just gorgeous in the face. And even people that don't like her can still say that she is beautiful, you know. And if not beautiful, then she's sexy. There's still an essence about her that is just so Venus. And the other one would be Marilyn Monroe. Now, Marilyn Monroe had her had her Venus in the first house. Now, Venus in the first house makes people just beautiful too. Um, so a lot of times, you know, whenever you meet somebody who is just gorgeous, look to see, you know, if you can look at their birth chart or wonder about the birth chart, you know, look where their Venus is, see what sign it's in, you know. Is it in Libra? Is it in Taurus? Is it in the first or seventh house? Or, you know, it's just, and then also too, if you want to know their loving style and how they love and how they see love and perceive love, and not just love, but love in relationships and just even the love of themselves. See what sign it's in, see what house it's in, you know. So that Venus and Taurus energy is very strong. You know, she just knows what to do because it's like that self beauty that just she's her and Taurus together, that energy together is exalted to me. I love it, you know. And then Venus with Libra, that's that creative artistic, you know, like these are the people that can do some mad shit with some makeup. Like they can just rock it and because they're creative, you know, because Venus seems like she gives Taurus like that beauty of love, and then she gives Libra that artistic beauty of love, you know. So and Libras, you know, they're like that masculine, feminine, you know, they're dealing with the masculine energy of it being a masculine sign, but they're dealing with the feminine energy of it because of Venus. So that's why you see a lot of Libras that are like tomboyish looking, the jeans, boots, or tennis shoes with, you know, just plain t-shirt or whatever. They don't hardly ever do their makeup. Very few Venuses really, I mean, um, Libras will, you know, make themselves up and like, you know, with makeup and face and stuff like that because they don't need it. They rock that dualistic side of that masculinity and femininity, you know, so they can shit, they can dress up like a boy, slap some lipstick on, and they're good to go. So, you know, they have that because they already know that they have that beautiful feminine energy and essence and all that, you know, in them, and they know that they shine it out. They already know that's why they're the fucking divas because divas know. Libras are big time divas, so don't ever let them fool you. They are bigger divas than Aries. They're bigger divas than Leos. They are the freaking divas. So and they know their beauty, they know their essence, they know that flow of the two just, you know, gives them that extra edge. So Libras, they have a profound, deep inner beauty that just shines out, you know, where Libra or Tauruses just have it just all written all over them, you know. A lot of times Tauruses lack that self-love or they criticize that love of themselves and they have a hard time loving themselves deeply, but we all know Libra don't because Libra knows that that deep love down inside them radiates out and they appreciate it and it gives them their confidence, it gives them their earned confidence, you know, that self-entitlement confidence and you know, their inner being of their love and sexuality and everything, you know. So Libra, get with Taurus and, you know, turn that little fucker inside out and tell her or him, you know, turn him out and be like, here's your beauty. It's on the inside. You radiate it on the outside. And flip him back over and be like, see, do you see it now? Now shut the fuck up about how ugly and this and that and everything. Because, again, Tauruses could be anywhere on the spectrum of fat, skinny, doesn't matter. They are beautiful creatures. So, Libra, go school you a Taurus because they need it, especially during times like this with Venus right now being in Gemini and she likes to talk a lot of shit, so they're probably talking a lot of shit to themselves. So you need to go smack you up a Taurus. So, well, this is the part one of my Venus and Taurus, and of course I will be talking about Libra. I have to talk about Libra when it comes to Venus. So this is part one, just like an introduction into the project and everything that I'm working on, and it's been really neat. It's been awesome looking at all these different Taurus charts and Venus, and also too the Tauruses in my life that I know, and having a daughter that's half Taurus, and I bond deeply with Tauruses, and I have a respect for them and a love for them that I don't have for any other sign, just because of how I can just deeply bond with them. I have my son in the eighth house, which sits across from that second house, so you know we are polar opposites, and I just love that deep commitment and security and everything in them, and I love that, you know, just that whole hardworking, stubborn essence because I'm stubborn and I'm my son being in a stubborn house of Scorpio and me being a stubborn Aquarius, and so I get them. I get them on a level to where I want them to get themselves at that level. You know, it's that deep love, and and I honor their beauty, and I honor their outer beauty and inner beauty, and just the whole vibration of that Taurus and Venus connection. So again, this is Electrical Essence. You guys enjoy your day, and I will be back soon.